Friday Night Rivals, sponsored by Shea Automotive.
Hello, and we are fired up tonight to bring you our Friday Night Rivals playoff edition, the show the players watch. I'm Alex Eisman.
And I'm Deshaun Johnson. This is our most packed show of the year, and rightfully so. We have a season-high 7 games of highlights, and we'll have score updates for every Mid-Michigan team playing tonight. That's
right, and of course, we'll kick things off with our game of the week. Flint Elite put themselves on the map this year with a seismic turnaround. They finished 8-1 and went up against one of Division 6's Titans in the undefeated Montrose Rams. The hosts went on a drive to open the game, but they fumble in the red zone. Patrick Isaacs gets on top of it for the Warriors. They're trying to capitalize, but there's another fumble. Jaden Wafer scoops it, and they're right back in business. The Rams cashed in on their second chance. Griffin O'Neal waltzes into pay dirt for the first score of the game. Montrose forced to stop before running a touch pass to Jaden Huckleberry, who finds a bunch of open space. He keeps rolling until finally going down inside the 30, and again, the Rams hand it off for a TD. This time, it's Callan Perrier punching it in to go up 14-zip. And they're just in a rhythm now. Another stop, Eli Moore out to Jamari Bailey, who refused to quit on the play, and he's rewarded with pay dirt. Both sides of the ball continue to deliver for Montrose. Another scoring opportunity, another touchdown. Moore finds Huckleberry, who does the rest. It's getting out of hand, and the struggles continue for Flint Elite. Trent Alexander strips the ball away, recovered by Emmett Stringfellow, and that sets up a Moore dart to MJ Bailey for yet another 6 points. No doubt about this one as the Rams flex their muscles tonight. They win 52-8 and are looking like a problem heading into the district finals.
Moving to our second matchup, it's the Grand Blanc Bobcats hosting the Oxford Wildcats, and the home team holding on to a lead. QB Jake Morrow looking to extend it, going downfield to a wide open Angelo Chapman, who secures it 4-6. And the Bobcats not done pushing their lead yet, pulling out the reverse pitch on this play. And now Daylon Taylor racing upfield, cutting past defenders and finding a clear path to the end zone. Grand Blanc rolling to start the second half, but the Wildcats finding their footing now, and I mean that literally, as Christopher Pullman nearly slips. But not only did he pick himself back up, he beat out every Bobcat on the way, pacing away from the last defender and into the end zone. A huge play to fuel the visiting team, and now trying their luck in the air. Jack Hendricks throws a 50-50 ball, and it's somehow caught by Brody Casper to get back into the red zone, and they decide to dial up the play action, fooling everyone. That score would make this matchup a one-score game. However, the Bobcats staying vigilant late, bagging 2 more late scores while also holding off the Oxford offense. They looked like a complete unit tonight as they took down the Wildcats. Final score 49-30.
Making the short trip over to Fenton. Now they're facing Holly, and a dream start for the Broncos. Nolan Hartman strips the ball away, and Caden Swartz pounces on it to give the visitors solid field position. However, they couldn't capitalize, and look at this catch by Landon Becker. The toe tap is good on Sundays, people, and that set up Noah Shield to go right back to him. Becker in for the opening score of the game. Tigers up 7-0. Fenton forced to stop afterwards and are driving again here, and this time the twin connection strikes. Noah hits Rory Shield with blockers in front of him. He takes off for a huge gain. Looks like he's about to go down, but no, sprints across to the other side, and he's going all the way. Rory electrifies the home crowd for a touchdown. They're putting their foot down on the gas. Noah with a strike over the middle to Becker. The senior goes down in the red zone. They've been cooking through the air, and now they're cooking on the ground. Landry LaFontaine blows by the defense for the TD. And that was how things went all night. Fenton puts the rest of the division on notice with a 48-6 victory.
Game 4, it's Goodrich hosting Lake Fenton, and right away the home team driving their way into the end zone courtesy of running back Jacoby Legat. So now the visitors trying to match those points as Camden Frey looks and then fires downfield, but this one read like a book and picked off by Adrian DeLeo, and he makes the most of it on the return, setting the offense right back up where they left off. And once again, they go with the ground game, this time with Colton Burnett, and he stiff-arms his way to the 1-yard line, just short of the touchdown. But after a run like that, the offense is going to reward you. Burnett once more, and this time he walks it in. So now we go back to the Blue Devils offense. Frey moving around in the backfield, nearly sacked, but he gets away. And now launching one downfield, but that one into double coverage and intercepted again, this time by Isaac Valley, who picks up a few yards on the return. And once again, the Martians with the ball in good territory, and they do what they do best. Burnett just bullying his way into the end zone for his second of the game, as the Martians just able to out-physical the Blue Devils on both sides. They take the win. Final score 51-6.
Heading to New Lothrop, who hosted Fowler. 4th down and 5 play here, but the Eagles stopped the Hornets short of the sticks. Isaac Thielen, the first one there. New Lothrop forced a punt on the following possession, but they're pinned back due to a strong effort on the sack by Joe Epke. Fowler looking to sustain a drive, 4th and short, and it's stuffed by the Hornets. This game, a defensive battle, neither side giving an inch until finally New Lothrop breaks through. The jet sweep to Aaron Wenslick is good for 6, and the home team captures momentum in this slugfest. Do the Eagles have an answer in them? The ensuing kickoff, some trouble initially for Thielen, but he recovers, leans right into the contact, and watch this display of strength. He keeps churning for an additional 15, maybe 20 yards. That is some toughness, but ultimately the Hornets were tougher. New Lothrop is able to grind out a 19-14 win and punch their ticket to the district finals. Man, fantastic action tonight. We talked about it. We saw it on that play. They're fighting for everything. Every single player out there is just battling. It's been awesome to watch, and some impressive performances. Grand Blanc also getting some revenge for last year, too.
Absolutely, showing that it's playoff time. All these teams doing everything they can to try and get to a victory.
And we're not done quite yet. We still have a bunch more playoff action to cover.
That includes a big D8 matchup between Ithaca and Valley Lutheran. Highlights from Saginaw and much more coming up after the break. Welcome back from the break. There's still a whole lot more playoff football for us to get to tonight.
We'll pick back up in Saginaw for a rematch between Valley Lutheran and Ithaca. The Yellow Jackets were moving the chains to start. Gibson Rondi calls his own number on the keeper and picks up a nice gain. That got them near the goal line, and Landon Bradshaw finished the job with a touchdown. Ithaca wants revenge for that loss the Chargers handed them earlier in the year, but the home team had an answer. Big catch by Andrew Kunish before Colt Jolin punches it into Pater to strike back. Valley Lutheran then forced a stop, and now Jolin gets loose. He sprints towards the sideline and finds that second gear. Nobody is going to catch him, and all of a sudden the Chargers are in the lead. What a turn of events, and it's not done yet. Valley Lutheran on defense, and the pass is picked off by Jack Streeter. Seemingly everything going their way, but then the Yellow Jackets got their lick back. Huge gain here by Bradshaw on the speed option, and since that turnover, Ithaca flipped the script. They mount the comeback to ruin the Chargers' perfect season and bounce back from falling short earlier in the year. Final score this time, 24-12.
Final matchup, on to our next matchup, and it's a battle between Swan Valley and Clare, and the home team moving the ball downfield early in this one, and they would end up moving into the pass game. Keller Bedford takes the snap and then looks downfield, but this one just a little too much on it, and it's intercepted. And now with room racing down the sideline until finally being tackled in enemy territory, the Pioneers now in good position of their own, and they decide to pull out their bag of tricks on Halloween, going for the flea flicker, but the gamble not paying off as this one gets picked off. A one-handed interception by Camden Reynolds, and he gets a couple extra yards before being taken down. Back-to-back picks in this matchup, setting up the Vikings, and they're not shying away from the air game either. Going with the play action, and it's a deep shot down to the same guy that just made the interception. Reynolds somehow makes the catch before spin cycling two defenders to make his way into the end zone to add to their lead. Clare would end up finding the end zone of their own late in this one, but the damage already done. The Vikings taking down the Pioneers in good fashion. Final in this one, 38-20.